In honor of the upcoming holiday of Christmas, I will be reviewing a book that revolves around the aforementioned holiday, more specifically taking place on the famous fictional place called Sesame Street. The book that I'm going to be reviewing today is called A Grouch's Christmas. It was written by Michaela Montine and illustrated by Tom Lee. The story begins on Christmas Eve, and Elmo, the iconic red monster from Sesame Street, is helping his mother make Christmas cookies. They have a great time working together, from mixing the dough, rolling it out, decorating them, and baking them. Elmo even gets to try one after they finish making them, saving the rest for presumably a Christmas party that Elmo's family is having later that day. I have to comment that not only is this a very sweet, no pun intended, and charming beginning to this story, I especially like how cute and simple the decorated cookies look like in this illustration in the oven. But I wonder, as the cookies bake when they were decorated before baking, doesn't the decorations get all melted and messed up in the heat of the oven? I guess in the Sesame Street world they would not. After cookie baking, Elmo decides to go and play outside in the snow. He enjoys marveling at the beauty of the fresh snowfall, and after that, he walks along Sesame Street. Elmo sees his friends getting ready for Christmas. Their activities include Bert and Ernie carrying a Christmas tree that they're going to be decorating. Luis, played by Emilio Delgado, and Big Bird are doing some decorating. Harry Monster, dressed like Santa, collects items for needy families, and the Count is counting the snowflakes as they fall. Elmo is pleased to see every one of his friends enjoying the holiday preparations, and I'm happy as well. However, when Elmo gets to Oscar the Grouch's trash can and wishes Oscar a Merry Christmas, he is met with cold reception, with Oscar grumbles, declaring that he hates Christmas. Elmo has a moment where he reacts as if to say, "Wait a minute, did I hear that right?" Oscar declares his hatred for Christmas over and over to Elmo's surprise and asks him why he hates Christmas. Oscar's reasons for hating Christmas range from people being cheerful and giving each other gifts to people singing fa la la and Santa Claus saying ho ho ho. Knowing the nature of Grouches in the Sesame Street series and how they hate anything that's nice and cheerful, the reasons that Oscar gives for not liking Christmas make good sense. Being the persistent one, Elmo tells Oscar that there are things about Christmas that even a Grouch would like, such as cookies. Oscar is not impressed, and before he disappears into his trash can, Elmo promises that he will find at least a few reasons for Oscar to like Christmas. I'm not really sure why Elmo is persisting so much in trying to get Oscar to like Christmas, given, as I mentioned earlier, the nature of Grouches and it would ruin Oscar's character. But let's see how Elmo goes about his mission in getting Oscar to be fond of Christmas. Elmo goes to his friends' houses and tells them that what he wants to do for Oscar. Big Bird gets an idea and the group decides to meet up at Oscar's trash can in about an hour. Elmo goes home and tells his mother what he wants to do for Oscar, including making some disgusting cookies that Oscar would like. His mother is reluctant at first, but agrees to help Elmo with this plan. What kind of disgusting cookies is Elmo going to make for Oscar? I'll let you imagine what they'll be until it's revealed later on in the story. A short time later, Elmo and his friends gather at Oscar's trash can. Elmo knocks on the trash can, wishing Oscar a Merry Christmas. As before, this is met with cold reception by Oscar stating once again that he hates Christmas. Elmo replies to this by saying that he had found a few really good reasons for Oscar to like Christmas. The next few pages in this book go through these reasons with Elmo's friends presenting them to Oscar. The first reason is the decorating for the holiday. Ernie and Bert present this to Oscar by giving him a little Christmas tree that's decorated with trash, such as tin cans and orange peels. That's certainly a creative way to decorate a tree for a Grouch, I would say. And upon seeing this, Oscar is slightly impressed. The second reason is presented to Oscar by Big Bird. He tells Oscar that his reason for liking Christmas is it's a time for families to get together and that his Granny Bird will be coming to visit him on Christmas Day. Big Bird continues by suggesting that Grungetta, another Grouch, would come and visit him on Christmas. Oscar is reluctant, but then agrees it would be a good idea as he and Grungetta would spend the day complaining and grumbling. The third reason is presented to Oscar by Harry Monster, dressed as Santa Claus. He tells Oscar that he likes Christmas because it's about sharing and helping others. Harry collected toys and food for needy families, and that night Grover Monster and he will be delivering them. He asks Oscar if he has anything he would want to share. Reluctant, Oscar gives Harry a brand new red and white striped scarf, feeling good about getting rid of it afterwards for it being too clean and in good shape for his taste. Elmo presents Oscar a tray of cookies that he would like. They are sardine cookies with chocolate frosting. Honestly, it sounds pretty gross, except for the chocolate frosting part, I admit. The Count chimes in with another reason for Oscar to like Christmas. Can you guess what it is? His friends, counting them as blessings around the holiday season. The Count begins to count Oscar's friends for him, but Oscar immediately puts a stop to it, indicating that he can count his friends himself. It's at this point that Oscar realizes that he's pretty much outnumbered and where he stands in his feelings towards Christmas. Giving up, he reluctantly agrees with Elmo and his friends that Christmas isn't bad after all, and the cookies Elmo made were delicious. The story ends with the whole gang singing the famous Christmas song Deck the Halls, with Oscar singing the fa la laing part the loudest. Considering how well Oscar sings on the Sesame Street show, I can imagine his singing of the fa la laing part would be loud and actually kind of strange and awkward to listen to. The end. My final thoughts on this book. Christmas stories often fall on two cliches. The first being that Santa Claus being in trouble and our main protagonists have to step in to help him, resulting in the Christmas holiday being saved for everyone in the whole world. And the second being the story revolving around a grouchy character who hates Christmas, and the other characters try to get him or her to like Christmas, regardless of him or her reasons for not liking the holiday. This story falls on the latter, which revolves on the grouchy character concept. It was a nice idea to have Oscar the Grouch fill this role within the story, since he's naturally grouchy by nature. But I feel like by doing this, it ruins his character, and since this idea of Oscar liking Christmas just because the other characters of Sesame Street like it doesn't carry over into any of the other books in the Sesame Street series, it seems pointless. Even when the said books portray Oscar having Grouch versions of Christmas decorations and gifts. Reading this story, I can't help but to wonder if the author got the inspiration for the story from the famous Dr. Seuss book Green Eggs and Ham, where the main character, Sam I Am, pesters a grouchy character into trying green eggs and ham until the character agrees to try to get Sam I Am to leave him alone, resulting in him liking it. In this story, Elmo appears to be in the role of Sam I Am, trying to get Oscar the Grouch to like Christmas, pestering him, until Oscar gives up and agrees with Elmo about liking Christmas in order to leave him alone. I'm not sure I like the idea of presenting this to kids as a way to get others to like Christmas, regardless of their reasons for disliking the holiday. People's reasons for liking and disliking things such as holidays should really be respected, and people should be free to have their own thoughts and feelings about anything in life, I think. What do I think of the illustrations in this book? As usual for Tom Lee's art style in these Sesame Street books, they are gorgeous to look at. The art style is crisp and sharp, really capturing the cheerful, Christmassy atmosphere of the story. The characters have a great variety of expressions and angles, and the same can even be said for the background characters as well. The environments have a great amount of attention put into them, especially right down to the falling snowflakes, Christmas decorations, and even to the small things like the Grouch cookies in this illustration. So, I give a lot of praise to the artists in this regard. Overall, would I recommend this book to others? Given my thoughts and opinions on this story throughout this review, I think I would put this book in the recommended with reservations category, meaning that this book has some good qualities, but there are imperfections that keep me from fully recommending it to others. As mentioned before, I'm not sure I like how the story condones the idea of pestering others to like a certain thing, like the holiday of Christmas, with little regard of their reasons for their dislike. It's not the best Christmas story that the Sesame Street series has to offer, but if you're looking for a Christmas story to read to a child for this season, I don't think this is the worst choice. If you can find it, pick it up and see for yourself. I hope you enjoyed my review of A Grouch's Christmas. And if you have any suggestions for books or anything you would like me to review, feel free to leave them for me in the comments below. Please comment, share my video, and subscribe to my channel as well. Have a nice day, everyone, and thank you very much for watching.